We try to be like really inclusive and fun with everything we do at Machines. Jen and I talk about it a lot. It's pretty surprising the terrible marketing campaigns that are allowed to be put out into the world by like huge companies. I'm like, how many people approve this? Because I know it wasn't just one. Besides like putting out content that is diverse and representative of what the actual world looks like, I think if people in the cycling industry are like, that's hard, the number one thing is to hire women and hire people of color and hire queer people. Because then guess what? As I was saying, like, who approved that ad? Like, if they're in the room, like, hopefully they'll speak up. Then you also have to create professional culture where they can't speak up. So it's not enough to just hire them. You also have to hire them and make them feel like their voices are heard. I'm super excited. It's called the Machines Podcast, Community Building 101. Basically, what I'm doing is interviewing people who have successfully built communities in cycling and just asking them how they did it. So maybe if you're thinking about building your own community in cycling, you could take like a piece of advice from every episode and you have like a little guidebook and you can do it yourself. The other part of it is these are people who have created communities in cycling that look different than cycling as a whole. So whether they're women-based or people of color, and a lot of people are already doing that, so I'm just like, kind of, how did you do it? And then for it being a podcast, I just really want to know the answers to these questions. Maybe other people do too. But when it comes to something like cycling, where maybe the change has to come from the bottom up, something you have to decide for yourself or deal with is, like, should I make this podcast? Like, because it doesn't exist or whatever. Or should I start this group ride? Should I start this team? And I think the answer is always yes. Like, you don't really have to be experienced. You don't have to be, like, the expert racer in order to start a race team. Like, you can be a Cat 5 and you could be like, are there any other Cat 5 women who want to race with me? And then you create a team. So I'm trying to just let people know that, like, you can, wherever you're at right now, you can start there and you can do something that matters.